Welcome to the Law Firm Marketing Minute, your source of internet marketing inspiration.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Law Firm Marketing Minute. I'm your host, John Henson, and this week I wanted to talk to you about content marketing. And I know that like everything we talk about usually every week here on the Law Firm Marketing Minute is about content marketing, but I wanted to talk about it just kind of in theory, right? Because I've noticed in some of the conversations that I've been having with people, there's beginning to develop this, that's a weird way to phrase that, but there's this weird sort of misconception that's beginning to develop around content marketing, because what's happening is search engines and the algorithms are beginning to reward content. And what we've seen happen is that a lot of these marketing companies who are focused on SEO and algorithms, they're starting to say, hey, we provide content marketing. And they're not. Like, sure, if you want to break it down to like the most basic level, sure, they're providing content marketing. But their service and the product that they're delivering is really more just repackaged SEO service, right? True content marketing, especially in the way that it is being rewarded by search engines, which honestly, like, I don't even care about that, because like, if you followed us for any amount of time, you know that our focus is reaching the human audience, not the search bot audience. But true content marketing is quality content that is addressing concerns. It's answering questions. It's covering the topics that are not just relevant to your firm, but it's the things that you deal with. And the key differentiator between the kind of content marketing that's going to get you results and the kind of content marketing that an SEO company is going to do is that, SEO companies are going to mass produce content. They're going to create a bunch of short blog articles, and those blog articles are generally going to, I was trying to say genuinely, but that didn't work out. But they're generally going to be about current events, right? So let's say, for example, that you're an immigration lawyer and your SEO company who says, hey, we're going to create some content marketing for you. They're going to write blogs around current events. So let's say that the Supreme Court changes a ruling on ICE, or there's some sort of change to a visa ruling, or whatever the case may be. Not even necessarily in your state. Maybe a state Supreme Court somewhere rules on a visa. I don't know, whatever the case is. Those are the kind of articles that you're going to get. And you could be an immigration lawyer in Minnesota, and they're talking about things that are happening in Texas or California. And it's not directly associated with the work that you're doing, right? Like, sure, it's immigration law, that's what you practice, but it's not the thing that you specifically are directly practicing. And the whole reason that they're doing this is to ping keywords for those hot issues, even if it's not what you are looking to do, right? The articles are going to be generally pretty short, usually like 3 paragraphs from what I've seen. They're going to be stuffed with keywords. It's going to be that same terrible kind of SEO content writing where it's like, if you or a loved one have been affected by the Supreme Court ruling on HB1 visas, you need a top immigration lawyer in Minneapolis. Contact the knowledgeable immigration attorneys in Minneapolis of the Smith Law Firm. Like, it reads terribly. And it's, again, like, it's not actually addressing what to do. It's just retelling the results of the story, right? So the content that we're talking about, the content that we are constantly preaching that you should be doing, is content that addresses the concerns. It's telling people not just what something means, but the action that they need to take or how it's actually going to affect them. So like, you can address a current event in your story, but it shouldn't be the focal point of your article. the focal point of the article be like, hey, this thing happened. Here's what it means for you. And it's beyond just, hey, if this has affected you, call our office. It's like, hey, this is what this means, right? This is what the H-1B visa does, to continue on my previous example. This is who it affects. And this is what might happen now that this is a thing. And it doesn't have to be thousands of words long. It could just be another couple of paragraphs. But that is what is going to get the results, especially if the title of your article has nothing to do with the current event. It's, how to obtain an HB1 visa or whatever the case is. And then you reference the current event in the article. Like, there are ways around it. But again, it all depends on what your goals are. Like, if you want to play the SEO game and your primary goal is not to reach a human audience with your content, fine, write those articles all day. Get a company to write 20 of them a week. I don't care. But where you're going to see the best results is when your content is targeted to a human audience and it's addressing the actual questions that they have. And maybe they're searching, they're entering those questions in a search phrase. Fine. But where you're going to get the results is when you're posting those articles on social media, when you're putting them in your emails, when you're displaying them on your website. That is the kind of quality content that we're seeing the shift in rewards for, on top of building the expert status, driving the referrals, creating that top of mind awareness that is going to create those better client relationships in the long run. So when you're out there, when you're talking to marketing companies and you're delegating the marketing work, which you should be doing, and a company says that they provide content marketing, really make sure that you understand what that looks like. All right, because not all content is created differently. And from what I have seen, every marketing company that provides SEO work and says they provide content marketing is doing this exact thing. Now, there may be some marketing companies out there that do it a little bit differently, and I may even hear from them after this episode. But the majority of the companies that I've seen are doing this exact thing. And it's a little bit deceiving, because to me, it's not really content marketing. It's repackaged SEO work, because they're just doing the keyword stuffing. They're just doing the linking, and they're not actually addressing the issue and answering the question, right? So keep that in mind when you are doing your research and you're looking for content marketing, because you want to have content that's actually addressing your audience's concerns. And you want to have content that is making you look like the expert, not just someone who reads the news, right? And that is the key difference. So we obviously, in my opinion, we do the right kind of content marketing. And if you're interested in learning more about that, you can reach out to us. Just go to spotlightbranding.com, right? So hope that was helpful. Hopefully that kind of clears things up a little bit, in case you had seen that somewhere and maybe thought to yourself, all these Spotlight people, they just do content. Well, this company over here does that and SEO. It's probably the same thing. It's not. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Happy to talk more with you about the differences in that. But other than that, that's going to do it for us this week. Remember, if you have not taken the survey for the 2023 Legal Marketing Trends Report, please do so. We continue to have submissions roll in. Really, really excited about how much data we're getting there. But again, if you participate, you get early access to the report before it gets released to the public, and you'll get entered into a drawing for one of 5 Amazon gift cards worth $100 each. And that's going to do it. Go to spotlightbranding.com/survey to take that. Probably only takes like 15 minutes. So really would appreciate you guys doing that if you can make some time for it. That's going to do it for us this week. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us. Please visit lawfirmmarketingminute.com for more information. We'll see you next time